bawat bahay, mayroon kaming mga garden, backyard garden, may mga gulay.
Kung anong mayroon ka, dapat ibigay sa kabilang bahay.
Doon ako natuto kung paano magtanim, kung paano mag-budget, paano makikhalubilo sa mga tao.
Makaahon talaga sila sa hirap, madagdagan yung kaalaman nila sa pamumuhay.
Create space for everyone to bring in their kagalingan, their own resourcefulness. ARK is about believing in people.
Proud ako sa barangay ko, ma'am, sa ARK.
It's a special day in Barangay Biga-a, Negros Oriental. Locals are gathering at the town gym for a community vegetable exchange. With them, produce from their own backyards, vegetables that they've been growing to feed themselves and to share with their neighbors. Today shows how far Biga-a has come from once being a barangay threatened with malnutrition and hunger to now a community that can feed itself with nutritious meals. Each family took home an average of 13.4 kilos of vegetables per week. In 10 weeks alone, 229 families exchanged 21,584 kilograms of vegetables. Each person brings different and complementary ingredients to exchange with other community members. Everyone leaves with a fresh, well-stocked pantry. To make this exchange even more exciting, a show is also held to motivate more families to join the gathering. This time, it's a costume competition and pageant. The twist is that each participant has to dress themselves using fruits and vegetables grown locally. Last year's winner, Aiza, prepares at home, excited to defend her title.
Ako po si Ginang Aiza Dalios, 33 taong gulang na po. May production kami, yung may sportswear, speaker, kanang question and answer about lang sa gulay. So, pag tinawag na yung sino ang nanalo, so hindi ko na-expect na ako talaga yung manalo.
Hello, ano pangalan ni?
Ngalan mo? Ay, Maros. Isa din siya, ma'am, nung 2 years pa siya, ma'am. Well, baby din siya, ma'am, 2023. Yan sa daya namin. Naka-award din siya, yung naka-trophy. Yung anak ko din, yung panganay, din siya sa Linggo ng Wika, second runner-up din siya sa costume din. Ako lang din ang di-design yung costume.
Pageantry is a big deal in the Philippines. During local fiestas, it's always a highlight. Here, it's with a clear purpose, to showcase that this barangay now has an abundance of produce, something that they're really proud of.
Nilagyan ko muna yung green para hindi makita yung yung damit, para kanang nindot siya, attract siya. Tapos ang kalabasa gihiwa na ako na siyang gikuhaan og unod. Ito yan. Para sa suot ko, madali lang siya, ma'am, kasi yung open dito dito para na siya attract siya lang tawon siya. Damit ko na sayang ginunting ko para masiksi din, ma'am, ganyan, para paglakad ko mamaya makita yung kahit may timong lace ko, ipakita ko talaga. Then ang una-unang ginawa ko, ma'am, ito ang una kong tapos gitaptapan siya na ako na siya mga dahon-dahon sa picture nga green para di siya makita kaya ang ihang. Then saguyod ni siya, ma'am, saguyod. Ay ito din, ma'am, yung pichay na punuan. Ginunting ko para siyang ribbon from flowers. Sa likod din, for attract, pichay na din kay wala na ko ibang malagay. Alugbati kasi, ma'am, para attract siya. Kasi yung mas maraming gulay, mas maganda siyang tingnan. Yan. Niyag ako ang cycling. Sige. Agbaldi, bi. Maraming maganda. Hindi ko na alam yung anong suot nila. Baka mas bongga pa. May maraming mas maganda, ma'am. Pero ipakita ko talaga yung best ko para manalo ako, ma'am. Kasi para po sa mga taon, para ma-inspire sila sa akin na hindi lang bilang dalaga, pwede din yung mga nanay. Bye-bye!
The basketball court is taken over. Everyone is gathered around, excited. This is usually a sight you see in markets, tarpaulins on the ground with mountains of produce. Here, it's a neighborly commitment. To mark the occasion, the women get ready for their show.
Umayong buntag natang tanan, barangay Biga-a.
Hello, everybody! Standing in front of you, Mrs. Aiza Dalios, 33 years of age. Ang palayano kayo? Kasi kahit ang pait-pait ninyo, hinahanap-hanap ko rin kayo para magkaroon ng sustansya ang buhay ko. Sibuyas ka ba? Tate! Kasi kahit napaluha ko, hanap kita tuwing nagluluto ako. Kalabasan na kayo? Kasi pag nakikita ko kayo, punong-puno ako ng pag-asa eh. Yeah!
Yung mga tao nagkaisa na, lalo na ako mamosaw na hindi ako marunong maghalubilo ng mga tao. Yung sumali ako sa art feedback kasi doon na namin hindi lang chins ng gulay, kundi rin ma'am, parlor games, hindi ko na sumali, maghalubilo sa mga tao. So malaki yung malaking pagbago. Marami na nagtatanim. Kaming lahat dito na sumasali, nagtatanim na kami.
Number 12, Aiza Dalios. Cash prize, congratulations!
Here's a fact for you. Nearly 300 million people in the world don't have enough food. Food security in the Philippines remains a significant challenge, with a substantial portion of the population facing moderate to severe food insecurity. Yet food price increases are showing no signs of slowing down. But do you know what's even sadder? Those who feed us are struggling to feed their own kids, usually stuck with harmful farming practices and just one buyer in town, forcing them to sell at whatever price is dictated. Thankfully, one group called ARK and the people of Barangay Biga-a teamed up to take on hunger, and they want to do it with fun and flair, as seen in the community vegetable exchange earlier. Richard Pancho, the town's barangay captain, learned farming from his father, planting corn and bananas and caring for livestock. To help his community, he brought local farmers together to form an association, later becoming its president, then barangay captain, with the support of his neighbors.
Diyan sa barangay namin, wala talaga kang choice. Kailangan mo magsasaka at saka mag-alaga ng mga baboy, baka, saka kambing. Yun lang hanap buhay namin doon. Naawa ako sa mga tao, ma'am, parang kailangan nila ako ba. Malaking tiwala nila sa akin. Dapat talaga mayroong mag-lead sa barangay natin para umangat yung pamumuhay. Bawat bahay, mayroon kaming mga garden, backyard garden. Saka yung may malaking lupa, may garden talaga, may mga gulay. Encourage ko sila na ito, asosasyon na tayo ng farmers, kailangan dapat bawat membro may mga taniman ng gulay. Hanggang dumating yung ARK, mas lalo nang lumago ang pagtatanim ng gulay.
Richard is talking about ARK, a nonprofit that works with farmers and fisherfolk to help secure food, health, income, and a sustainable future. ARK's purpose is rooted in a simple goal: to solve hunger. How? Through Feedback, a 16-week program that partner communities invest in and lead. Families grow vegetables at home, share at least 3 of the kinds that they grow, and get a fair share of over 20 other varieties contributed by their neighbors. With every 50 pesos worth of vegetables contributed, families get a raffle ticket and a chance to win a prize. This exchange creates a pseudo-market within the community, serving as a foundation for their newfound philosophy that they can sustain themselves by growing their own food. No one person can grow every vegetable needed, so their togetherness in this project is a promise towards one another to contribute to their community. This collaborative system only works if everyone pitches in. Once everyone realizes that they can be self-sustaining, this confidence motivates them to continue their journey even after the 16-week program.
ARK really was a way to give back. But for us, giving back and sharing is about finding how can we get other people to the same opportunities that we got. You know, how do we put our foot in the door na kapag nabukas na yung door, we can keep it open and then bring everyone else forward.
Kung may hambal na, kung may isulti ako, hindi nyo kaintindi anong himuon?
Aiza Vera Yu, an investment banker turned social impact innovator, together with ARK Solves co-founder and board member Jerry Topitzer, have a bold vision for ARK. They want to move away from the handout-based systems where money buys food for impoverished communities. They want to focus instead on creating a sustainable loop where people go back to farming, feed themselves and their neighbors, eventually creating an excess that they can sell for additional income.
There's one twist. Jerry and I don't believe in handouts because to us, handouts just takes things away from people. We really did not want to do it in a handout way. We wanted to do it in a catalytic way. ARK is about believing in people. It's believing in what they can do and truly believing in their talents, in their creativity, in their ability to find a solution, and that's how we engage. That the only way for us to solve these big issues is to do it together, is to create space for everyone to bring in their kagalingan, their own resourcefulness. That's something you cannot do in a handout way. That's something you can only do in a partnership way. And that's something that in ARK, we do. In the ARK system of partnership, of co-investment, our partners are necessary. They are part of creating that solution. We ask them, what's a struggle? And so because we're getting to the root of the problem, we can solve towards the elimination of that problem.
Aiza grew up in the Philippines and has roots in Capiz. She moved to the US at 13, and on a trip back in 2008, she visited a local school and was struck by how little the kids had. Her first focus was to help fix schools, but eventually she realized the biggest problem communities faced was hunger. With partner communities like Barangay Biga-a, ARK runs feedback in the hopes of starting catalytic change that lasts even after the organization leaves. The Municipal Agricultural Office also lends support by providing seeds and training to the community. This barangay is proof that the system works, as long as the people see the benefit quickly. It also brings back diversity into people's diets and has the added value of sowing a more nutritious soil, creating the flywheel effect that is crucial to food security. The most impressive part is that it can be done in just 16 weeks.
Nag-house to house kami noon. Nag-budget ng isang araw. Niikot namin yung mga bahay-bahay. Hindi naman sila lahat sumasali kagad. Yung mga nasa 60% lang yung una sumasali. Ang target namin sa barangay namin, dapat maabot daw ng 80%. Sobra pa sa 80% yung nakuha namin. Halos lahat ng bahay sumasali.
Nasabi ko, anong makukuha namin pag sumali kami sa ARK? Doon ako natuto kung paano magtanim, kung paano mag-budget, ganyan, kung paano makikhalubilo sa mga tao. Tapos mas makakain pa kami ng presko. Nag-ano na kami sa mga kapitbahay, nagsabot-sabot kung sa among angay buhaton para mulambo ang amoang komunidad.
Kaya kami may tanim kasi pag mga ilangan kaagad kami nandyan lang sa bakuran namin. Pag may humihingi, nambibigay kami sa mga kapitbahay namin.
Kasi noon, kaning kunti yung nagtatanim ng mga gulay, yung may art feedback na, marami na nagtatanim. Tanim na kami para makatipid din.
Sa Biga-a po, yung mga tao nagtutulungan. Masaya na rin kasi may makakatulong naman sa amin yung mga produkto namin. Katulad ng talong, malunggay, alugbati, bisol, saging, ng langka.
And so in that 16-week time frame, the family's behavior change is being cemented. They're now eating from their backyards. They're contributing excess to the exchange. They're getting excess rent from their neighbors. So at the end of that 16-week, families are food secure, families are healthy, malnutrition is gone, and families have new income because they have so much excess. They're selling it to the nearby village, the nearest town near them. And we've now proven it in 101 communities that we can create this behavior change and that the impact is sustainable.
Ma'am, namroblema yung mga kagawad ko, ma'am. Kasi wala kaming pundo, walang pira. Paggabi, iniisip ko na ano kayang magandang gagawin ko. Kasi naawa ko sa mga tao, ma'am ba. Lahat na pumupunta doon, ma'am. Makakauwi sila ng kahit tag 1 kilo lang, ma'am. Masaya na sila, ma'am. Tapos ang ginawa ko sa mga kagawad ko, na-comply natin itong target sa ARK. Kung successful tayo, sa graduation, mag-award ako sa inyo ng tag 1,000 na galing sa bulsa ko. Lagi nang nagtatanong kung kailan yung ARK natin uli.
Ang lulutuin ko ngayon ay lauoy. Yung lauoy, ma'am, yung may sabaw na iba-iba yung gulay. Yung may talong, may kalabasa, ito sitaw at saka may alugbati din. Nagluluto ako sa araw-araw ng gulay para po sa pamilya ko. Lalo na yung sa anak ko kasi nag-aaral siya eh. So mas maganda kung kakain siya ng gulay araw-araw. Itong mga gulay na itong lulutuin ko ngayon, nakuha ko to sa garden sa kapitbahay namin. Kasi yung garden namin, yung iba wala pang bunga, hindi pa pwedeng pitasin or kukuhain. So dito sa garden muna ako sa may kapitbahay kasi mas marami sa kanila. Kasi pag meron naman ako, magbibigay naman ako eh. Mahirap talagang turuan yung bata. Pero sinasanay ko talaga, sabi ko sa kanya, pang-pabright to. O gusto mo bang magiging honor sa school? So, kumain ka ng gulay. So, kain lang siya ng kain. Pag walang ulam, sabi niya, Ma, magluto tayo ng gulay. Sabi ko, anong gulay sa kahit ano, yung may sabaw.
People tend to think that Filipino food is all about meat and fish. However, all historical texts show that we used to eat an abundance of vegetables. Mainly root crops, resistant vegetables, rice when it was available, seafood, and backyard-raised meats. In the provinces, you'll still find dishes that are full of nutritious vegetables, like lauoy. To create real impact in communities, ARK teams up with individuals and companies that believe in investing in people and the future. Just like Booth, an outsourcing company based in the Philippines, dedicated to building growth with purpose.
We believe in people, planet, prosperity as our values as a company, and that guides us in all of the decisions that we make, in what we do as an organization to give back to our communities and uplift the people that work with Booth. So 1% is a nonprofit started by the founder of Patagonia, Yvonne Chouinard. The idea around 1% is that every business should contribute to environmental causes in protecting our planet. So the idea around it is to create a label, the 1% for the planet label, that a business could use to put on their product packaging, in their marketing, on their storefronts.
Booth is part of the 1% for the Planet, a global network of businesses and groups working together to care for people and the planet. Members take real action by contributing 1% of their total revenue towards environmental and social causes, and in return, they wear the commitment like a badge of honor, showing the world what they stand for.
It's the label, It's the commitment as a business, and then we get the chance to support organizations we feel who are doing the most or the best work in the communities we operate in.
It's the freedom to be able to select where we can make impact and measure that impact that we choose to pursue.
With the support of Booth and 1% for the Planet and other champions, ARK's pursuit of food security in communities is taking root.
Aisha of ARK Solves has created a program that's really a full circle for us. You know, everything from addressing and building the local communities within the areas that they're able to infiltrate, and addressing the malnutrition issue within the Philippines, and then creating a sustainable program around food, trade, and communities. And so they come in, they set it up, and then they carry on to program. We have the easy part of this entire journey, and it takes amazing people who are everywhere, I think, doing good things. They just need support to get them up there. But there's only so much we can do as one organization. And that's part of the mission on what we're trying to do this year, is really how can we compile the efforts to make a bigger impact? How can we influence
Other businesses to join 1%, to take 1% of the revenue. So it's a small,
the grand scheme of things,
that is 12% in the Philippines. We're talking about 1%. Make that commitment to your local organizations and support them. Your community needs it. Your employees will recognize that, and they'll feel like they're part of something bigger. And then that means more support, more impact to ARK Solves and KM and CS and all the other wonderful grassroots organizations that we have here in the Philippines.
Proud ako sa barangay ko, ma'am, sa ARK. Dahil din sa kooperasyon ng mga kabarangay ko. Pati yung mga tao, ma'am, proud din sila sa ARK.
Dapat jud ma'am nang encourage na ko sila nga dapat jud ipagpatuloy namin kung ano man ang nasimula namin para po mapalambo ang kahimsog ug kaugmaon sa amo ang komunidad. Nakita na namin na may kauswagan na dahil sa ARK feedback. Kaya din namin nga Biga-a, so dapat kaya din sa ibang barangay.
Change is so hard. So if you're changing the system, the only way to do it is if everyone is doing it together and you're holding hands to get it done. When you create a space for people to seize their agency, for people to find their growth, for people to do for themselves, that they will seize their dignity, that they will learn new things, that they'll feel good about themselves, and that they'll be able to do more for themselves and their family.
Ang pangarap ko dyan sa mga tao sa Biga-a, ma'am, makaahon talaga sila sa hirap. Magkaisa, magkasundo, madagdagan yung kaalaman nila sa pamumuhay.